Hello everyone! You're probably all wondering why is there a Gandalf-like person here where, when usually there is a chessboard there. But this is Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, and he was a poet. And it is because of his poem that the great American chess puzzler Samuel Loyd named his greatest chess puzzle the Excelsior. And well, I'm just gonna read it because I'm not really into poetry, but this sounds quite powerful. There in the twilight cold and grey, lifeless but beautiful he lay, and from the sky, serene and far, a voice fell like a falling star, Excelsior. And this is only the final verse of the poem. I will put the link to the entire poem into the description below. But let's get to the puzzle. This is the puzzle Sam Loyd created for us, and it's one of the greatest puzzles I've ever seen, definitely. And Sam Loyd actually had a bet with his friend Mr. Dennis, I believe. I can't remember the last name, but his friend Dennis was also a puzzle composer. And his friend Dennis claimed that any chess puzzle, just show him any chess puzzle, and he will be able to tell you which piece does not deliver mate. But when Sam Loyd managed to finish this puzzle, he couldn't tell Sam Loyd which piece doesn't deliver mate. And I tried to give my engine to solve this. I gave him like 15 minutes, and he still couldn't solve it. My engine manages to solve this, but he needs like 12 moves, and you have to solve this puzzle in 5 moves. It's possible to solve it in 6, in 7, in 8, in any amount of moves, but you have to solve it in 5 moves. And well, since this is probably like one of the most famous puzzles ever, most of you probably already saw it, but those of you who haven't, do try and solve it on your own. So it's white to move, and it's mate in 5. So I'm saying, do try and solve it on your own. You will feel very satisfied. Even if you don't solve it, you'll still feel great. And don't watch the video. Just pause it and try to solve it. And if you don't solve it, come back tomorrow. Okay, and the solution is, well, let's analyze this a bit. Obviously, the black king is stuck here in the corner on h1, and if white would try and deliver checkmate, he would probably go about rook f5. But if white played rook to f5, and this does threaten rook to f1 checkmate, black can simply stop this by playing rook to c5. Now this rook cannot go to f1 since it's pinned, and after white recaptures the rook, mate in 5 is no longer possible. So the correct idea here for white is to play b4. And b4 is now definitely threatening rook to f5, because if rook to f5 and rook to c5, then pawn captures rook. It's very simple. But black has to stop this, of course, and the only way to stop checkmate here is rook to c5. He has to give up the rook. So we have b captures on c5, and now white is threatening rook to b1 checkmate. And the only way to stop rook to b1 checkmate is to play a2. So okay, this stopped rook to b1 checkmate, and now white plays c6. And now white is again threatening rook to f5, rook to f1 checkmate maneuver. And well, black has a couple of ways to stop this. He can either play bishop to c7, or he can play bishop to g5. So if rook comes to f5, this will allow bishop to f4, sacrificing the bishop, but not allowing white to checkmate in 5. So let's see, bishop to c7. And now white, of course, doesn't go for rook to f5, because bishop to f4 will stop him. For example, rook to f5, now bishop to f4, rook captures on f4, b5, any move for black, and rook to f1 is checkmate, but this is in 6 moves. So after bishop to c7, white has to continue in a different fashion. He has to play c captures on b7. And now white is threatening to capture this knight, and well, there is no way to stop this. The knight can't go anywhere, there is no way to capture the pawn. So after black makes any move whatsoever, for example, bishop captures on g3, then white simply plays b captures on a8, grabbing either a bishop or a queen, and this is checkmate. So yeah, and this is the only way to do it, and whatever black plays, it's still checkmate in 5. So yeah, do tell me, did you enjoy the poem? Did you read the entire poem? And of course, did you manage to solve the puzzle? And if you haven't, if you try to use an engine, I'm also interested, was your engine and your computer able to solve it? So yeah, that's it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. And if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe for more videos. And yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon.